This grown-ass man with his whole chest sheds an actual tear. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. We're in lockdown number 5. What's up, my Melburnians? How are y'all doing? Today's video, I know a lot of y'all really enjoyed my Korea content, so I thought I'd bring you today a little mukbang on my habishas. Today on the menu we've got fit kacha with a little bit of yogurt on top, and do a little story time for you. This is my first mukbang, and we're gonna see how this one pans out. Oh my days. Also, are we loving the brown season? I see everybody's on the brown ting these days, and I can't help but join in too. So I'm really loving this chocolate on chocolate trend. Now, where do I start with this story? My mom made this today, so it's bomb. Let me organize my thoughts right now. So the story starts a few years ago, my first year living in Korea. I was living in Busan, which is the second largest city. In the first 6 months of me living in Korea, I had a good time, you know, let's just say. I was like really living my best life. It was my first time living out of home, as I mentioned. If y'all watched my last video, my Korea video, if you didn't, I'm gonna link it in the description. And it was just a time for me to really explore what the country has to offer. So I was going on like weekend trips to Seoul. So one weekend I went away with my friend, one of my homegirls, TJ. Shout out to TJ. TJ is a real one. TJ, if you're watching this, you're a real one. Anyway, we had gone to Seoul for a concert actually. We had gone to see Zico. Zico. If y'all don't know Zico, check out Zico. He's a K-hip hop artist. Anyway, we had gone to watch this artist. Obviously it was evening, the concert was in the evening. The first train didn't come out till 5 a.m. And we're just like, we'll just hang around until the first train and then we'll head back to Busan. It saves us from having to pay for a place to stay and stuff. After the concert, we're like, hey, let's go grab something to eat. We go to Hongdae. If some of y'all know Hongdae, Hongdae is like the art district. Yeah, the artsy area of Seoul. One of our favorite places because there's just always a lot of things happening out there in terms of things to do, places to eat, even like clubs and stuff. There were a lot of hip-hop clubs and things like that over there. So yeah, we went there and we were just chilling at a bar, having a drink or two. We're like, let's see how we feel. Like we'll maybe check out like a club later because it was still quite early, especially for a weekend. Right after we finished up at this bar, we're just kind of club hopping, you know, going into clubs, checking it out, dancing for a bit and then heading out. But we're getting tired at this point, you know, getting kind of sick of the energies of some of the clubs we were at. So we decided to like take a break for a second, and we stepped out and we're standing in this kind of alleyway near one of the clubs we were at. We're leaning against the wall and just chatting, and in front of us we see these 3 guys kind of, you know, stumble into the alleyway. Mind you, this wasn't like a deep dark alleyway, it was just in the edge of the alleyway, you know, so it wasn't like an unsafe situation. We were just chilling. These 3 guys were obviously very intoxicated. They noticed us, and as is what usually happened when we were together, you know, we get attention because, you know, black girls in Korea. These guys had glanced at us and obviously they were intoxicated, so they got, let's just say they got confident, trying to make jokes, kind of trying to start banter with us, and we're like entertaining it because they seemed harmless enough. One of them started off with like, hey, you got a small face. If y'all don't know, one of the beauty standards in Korea is having a small face is one of the ideal looks. And I was like, who are you talking to? Like me? And then he's like, yeah, you've got such a small cute face. And I was like, oh yeah? Thanks, I guess. Like, cool. We're just talking, and then they were like, hey, do you want to go like grab something to eat? And at that point, TJ and I kind of glanced at each other. You know, we were kind of having this fun banter with these guys, and we're just like, well, why not? We're not really trying to go out anymore at that point. It would be good to kill some time. We're walking to a restaurant, and at this stage, we had kind of paired off 3 guys. One of them was kind of walking ahead of the guide, taking us to this restaurant that he was talking about, and one of the guys was feeling my friend TJ. So he was paired up with her, and then naturally I was paired up with the other guy, the guy who had said, you have a small face. So this guy he was quite cute, handsome guy. He was also very, very into himself. He knew he was good looking. He was just out here like checking himself out in every reflection, like, oh, is my hair good? I was just like, okay, do you? I was just, again, just entertaining the banter or whatever. As the night progressed, I really feel like alcohol was a major reason in this. The more I realized this guy was feeling me more and more in bed. Okay, here's what we're not about to do. Also, TJ and I were not intoxicated. So it was very like, yeah, it's just a bit random. Y'all ever have that? Like, you know when you're the sober one and you notice someone who's really drunk and your tolerance for them, at least for me, my tolerance is just, let's wrap this whole thing up. So we arrive at this restaurant. We order some food. My dude is getting more and more like hot and bothered. And he was obviously feeling me and I was just entertaining it. Because again, I was like, oh, you know, he's cute. Nothing to it, whatever. I'm just minding my business and I'm eating and whatever. He was trying things. He was just starting to get more and more impatient to get a move on to the next spot, which was AKA his spot or the place he was trying to take me, which is a hotel. He starts saying all kinds of things like, hey, let's go, like, let me take you home. Take me where? I ain't going back to the hotel with you. We're waiting for our train to Busan, so I don't know about you, but he starts talking about how he's never met someone like me. You don't even know me. You literally met me like half an hour ago. TJ and her dude was also doing the most. And bless TJ. Again, shout out to TJ. TJ is the realest. But TJ was out here like, I'm not really feeling this dude. TJ was out here again for the vibes, for the gag. The guide was like, I think he was starting to feel like a fifth wheel. So he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna head out. We decided to leave this restaurant. It was almost time for us to anyway head back. So the guide had left and it was just TJ and Herman and me and my dude. This is hard. Eating and talking is hard. Anyway, mind you, at this point it was almost like 4 or 5 a.m. and we're like, all right, we're gonna head out now. And this guy, he's like, oh, all right, we'll take you guys to the train station. We're leaving. We get into the cab. Things are getting heated in the cab again, where this guy's obviously becoming really, really like, oh, you know, like, let me take you back to my place. He's whispering all these sweet nothings in my ear and the entire car ride. So we get to the train station. And once we get to the train station, we head out of the cab. Tell me why. So TJ's dude, I don't know if he was out here trying to flex or something. Weird flex, but okay. There's Dunkin' Donuts right there. That was like, I think the only thing open at the train station. Kind of sweet talk to TJ as well. Like,
you want some Dunkin' Donuts? I'm gonna get you Dunkin' Donuts.
TJ was like, I'm good. Let me have another bite. At this point, we're trying to kind of say our goodbyes. TJ and I are getting kind of sick of this whole situation now. We're like, all right, you know what? We're trying to leave. We know this ain't going nowhere. Deuces, have a good life. And they're like, oh no, we'll walk you up to the train. And we're like, bruh. We're going up this escalator. I was already over homeboy because my dude was doing the absolute most. So TJ and her dude walk off. And then this dude starts talking about, hey, like, no, for real, let's go to a hotel. I was like, yeah, you need to also understand that I'm with my friend TJ. I'm not about to leave my friend TJ. Then this man had the audacity to be like,
bring her, let her come. She can wait outside for you.
Boy, if you don't get...
He really said, let her wait outside. When I say trash, y'all say dude.
Trash.
And then obviously this guy was not getting the hint. There was no hints actually. He was not getting the message. And I need to try to reenact this for you. By the way, we were speaking like broken Korean, broken English. His English was pretty alright. But we were talking like broken English, broken Korean throughout. And this is me. I'm walking. And then suddenly he grabs me.
You are my destiny.
Suddenly I'm like, what? Like, what do you want? And he's like,
Got you now.
You're not, ladies and gentlemen. This man, this grown-ass man with his whole chest sheds an actual tear. Teardrop was trailing down his soft, supple cheek. I was like, alright. And what was funny was his friend and TJ were close by at this point. And even this friend turned around and was like, my dude, you doing too much. Like, that was the funniest bit. I was like, that's your friend, you know, collect your friend. Finally, his friend had to be the one dragging him away. Like, okay, they're actually leaving. Like, this isn't going anywhere, so you might as well drop it. And yeah, and that's it. And we left, finally, laughing. It didn't go anywhere, obviously, because again, I feel like it was just the alcohol talking mostly. That was my little story time for the day. One of the funniest adventures I had when I was in Korea. Yeah, it was just a joke thing. That teardrop, it really pushed me over the edge. I was like, I know this grown-ass man isn't crying because he can't get some, you know? I don't know. It was just doing the most, but I would do that to you. And that's how I met your dad. No, I'm playing. So that's my story for today, Fran. This mukbang was hard. I barely ate anything. And let me know what y'all thought. If you have any similar stories, if you're wondering what that dude's up to, now I'm playing. Let me know what y'all thought about this story time. If y'all want more content like this, put it down in the comments. It really helps my channel because I've got a lot of juicy stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I am Milena B, sending you love and light. Until my next video, we out.